said, Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb. And whence is this to me, that the mother of my Lord should come to me? For though as soon as the voice of thy salutation sounded in mine ears, the babe leaped in my womb for joy. And blessed is she that believed, for there shall be a performance of those things which were told her from the Lord. And Mary said, My soul doth magnify the Lord, and my spirit hath rejoiced in God my Saviour, for he hath regarded the low estate of his handmaiden. For behold, from henceforth all generations shall call me blessed. For he that is mighty hath done to me great things, and holy is his name. And his mercy is on them that fear him from generation to generation. Here endeth reading.
We can remain seated for this one. Prayerfully. Last two lines, Angela, please. Come ye that labor, come ye heavy laden, to you and all mankind comes peace today. Now, I told you, angel them lose them work tonight. True, no sound good. No sound real good. Okay, I take my leave of you and welcome the session leader, practitioner, Jennifer Livingston.
Thank you, Steve. So, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Jen.
And I'm going to be doing the fourth reading before we get into the actual candle lighting ceremony. And so, this reading is from 365 Days of Richer Living by Dr. Ernest Holmes and Raymond Charles Barker. And it reads, The light of truth is within me, and I release it in every thought and feeling. The light of God, the light of God is light of God has always been in me. Not only lately have I realized what it was, I now know that the divine stirring in me is in perfect operation. I know that the truth which I have sought and have found, I know that it is my highest self, and that I am it, right here in my present circumstances. God in me at this moment illuminates my whole consciousness, and I am free of all untruth. Alerted to the light, I give this light to others. Every word I speak is a light to men. Every thought I think is a treatment to all whom I know. And so it is. So it is. And now, before we get into the lighting of the candles, I'd like to invite Miss Patricia Kitson to do a musical, Mrs. Patricia Kitson to do a musical item. Mrs. Kitson.
Thank you. Good night. Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and sorrow pining, till He appeared and the soul felt His worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall your knees, oh, hear the angel voices, oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born, oh, night divine, oh, night divine. Led by the light of faith serenely beaming, with glowing hearts by His cradle do we stand. So led by light of a star sweetly gleaming, there came the wise men from the orient lands. The King of Kings lay thus in lonely manger, in all our trials, born to be our friend. He knows our need. He guardeth us from danger. Behold your King, before Him lowly bend.
Thank you so much, Pat. That was so beautiful. Thank you again. Awesome. And so now we will get into our ceremony for this evening, the lighting of our candles. And friends, as practitioner Steve said, and I'd like to thank him for setting the tone for this evening's celebration. And I'd also like to add my own words of welcome to our first-timers, and for those of us joining online who may be first-timers too, welcome, welcome to our annual candle lighting ceremony. So this event is one of those that is a significant event for the temple. And it is here that during this Christmas season, we use the candles to symbolize the givingness of God in our lives and affairs, and as our recognition of our connection to the divine through the rebirth of the Christ consciousness in each one of us at this time. So as we go through the lighting of each individual candle, being done by a member of our youth ministry and myself, and one other congregant who has filled in for an absent youth member. Want to thank him in advance. I'd just like to ask each one of you to embody the reading and in your program to follow along at the end of each lighting of each candle and whatever is being said by the youth. So I will begin by lighting the white candle. And Uncle Steve, your assistance, please. Thank you. So I light the white candle. The white candle is the God candle. Everywhere, equally, evenly present, is God throughout all creation, and therefore present at the center of our very being. A great metaphysical writer, Eric Butterworth, said, "God is within you, not as a button might be in a glass of water, but as the ocean is in a wave." Reverend Jesse Jennings, writing in the December Science of Mind magazine, one of our New Thought ministers, said, he explains it like this: "A button in water is still a button. It is immersed in something whose nature it does not share," end quote. On the other hand, Jennings explains, oceans and waves are interchangeable. The ocean expresses itself through a wave. Isolate a wave, and while it will soon cease its motion, it retains the properties of the larger body in which it originated, down to its basic chemistry. Unaware of our God connection, we are like motionless waves, one with all, but unmoved by it. Through prayer and meditation, we take up our true nature, begin our ebb and flow, and sail the boundaries main of our plans and dreams. The God candle is white because white embodies all the other colors of the spectrum. As you behold its beauty this evening, let it remind you that the light of God, the divine spark that Jesus revealed, that light which lighted every man coming into the world, begins as an eternal flame within you. Let your prayers fan the flame into a blaze to glorify God's name. And so it is. Please join me in the responsive reading in your program. Together, to God's prayer to thy life. Light that the light is burn it. And let's stretch light, radiation and light, and love rest its direction and allow its eternal radiance to burn the righteousness and rest for my dignity, and see the light of truth in all people and events. My ears are attuned to an inner wisdom that guides me unerringly. I rejoice in this light and let it shine forth now as peace, power, and poise. And so it is.
Okay. This candle represents all the material aspects of our human existence, our physical bodies as well as the body of our affairs. It symbolizes the beauty of form and reminds us that all the Father has is truly ours. We deserve to live in comfort, ease, and well-being on this plane of human activity. If you haven't done so recently, take off your shoes and reconnect with Mother Earth by walking barefoot. Remind yourself that where you stand is holy ground, and remember too that whatever thought we plant on the fertile soil of our subconscious mind bears fruit after its own kind. We are true inheritors of earth and have been so since before our birth, and so it is.
Reading for the brown candle. There is life equally present everywhere. It's flowing through me now. I am one with its teeming abundance. Renews every tissue, cell, and function of my body. I love life and love to live as blessed and enthusiastic spirit courses through every aspect of my being. I devote myself to living an abundant life at every level of expression. This is God's life, and it is my life eternally. And so it is.
Hi, good evening. My name is Neto. I light the green candle. We are surrounded by green on mountains, by rivers, in valleys, in hidden recesses. There grow the plants, trees, and herbs, trees both great and small, the shoots of the ripening grain, grapevine and sugarcane. Drink in the color green, let it speak to you of our God-given abundant prosperity and wealth. Let it remind you of the abundant givingness of God and the truth of Jesus' words, as recorded in Luke 12:32. It is the Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. Jesus also said, I have come that you may have life and have it more abundantly. This Christmas, let us lay claim to this abundance, allowing ourselves to be channels through which prosperity and wealth can truly bless our country and our people. It is our Father's good pleasure to give us his treasure, and so it is.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Chavonnet Johnson. I light the gold candle. The gold candle represents one of the God-given powers in man, the power of the spoken word. The power not only enables us to achieve wealth, but to achieve dominion and authority over our mind, body, and affairs. In the kingdom of God, within man's consciousness, the power faculty plays an important part in controlling the expression of our many emotions, inspirations, and thoughts. Moses told the children of Israel that the word of power is in our own mouth. So as students of the science of mind and spirit, we must practice using the power of our words to express the truth at all times. Let us affirm together, as Jesus did, all power is given unto me in heaven and in earth. Together. All power is given unto me in heaven and in earth. To you we give the gift of gold, the Christ child's love to hate, to have and hold. And so it is. Let us do this. Our power. Father who dwells within me does the work that ought to be done by me. I am filled with this power. I feel it and cooperate with it. I channel my power wisely and am therefore equal to any task or situation set before me. Speak my word confidently, with conviction, and transcend all limitation and ideas of lack. With the authority and freedom vested in me, I choose what and in whom I believe. All the power of God is for me and working through me. I am sustained and maintained in the infinite goodness at all times. God now appears in every aspect of my world
afternoon, everyone. Oh, sorry, my bad. My name is Janisha Erskine. I light the blue candle. The blue candle represents joy, that vivid emotion of indefinable pleasure that heals everything unlike itself. It is a great gift from God. A venerable Lama once said, "Only your searching for happiness prevents us from seeing it. It has always been there and accompanies you every instant." Let us cultivate the divine attributes of joy this Christmas. As it radiates from us, it will give new meaning to our lives. It will enhance our relationships, bless our world, and lead others to the joyous discovery of Christ within. Now, as over us God's joy is poured, we welcome in the Christ our Lord, and so it is. And so it is.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sarah Davis. I light the red candle. Red, the color most of us associate with the season of Christmas, symbolizes the flame of divine love. Charles Fillmore said, "Of all the daughters of God, love is undoubtedly the most beautiful, enticing, and fascinating." End quote. Love is the greatest motivation we know. It is the divine spiritual quality that is our true nature, for we are created out of it. Love heals, blesses, prospers, and makes beautiful all who are in tune with its divine vibration. In John 15, verse 12, Jesus said, "This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you." End quote. Truly, God is love. Christ in us is love, and that love is now transforming everything and everyone it touches. As Shakespeare put it, "Love comforteth like sunshine after the rain. Love's gentle spring doth always remain." And so, at Christmas time, let us share the love which is Christ in us, not just with family and friends, but with all of God's children everywhere. Red is a symbol of God's love, which, through the law, guides every move. And so it is.
Good night, everyone. My name is Abigail Alcock. I light the purple candle. The purple candle is the Christ candle. Purple is the color of royalty and sonship. St. Paul said, "We are joint heirs with Christ." As joint heirs with Christ, we do belong to the royal household of God. Christ is wisdom. Christ is peace. Christ is joy. Christ is wealth. Christ is sovereign, having dominion, authority, and power. Through the power of Christ, we do have dominion, authority, and power over our world and over our mind, body, and affairs. Jesus, our sample, example, and way shower, perfectly demonstrated this Christ power, dominion, and authority. He said in John 14, verse 12, "The things that I do, you can do, and even greater works than these shall ye do, if ye believe." This Christmas, we reaffirm our deep belief in the power of indwelling Christ. Let us follow the Master's example and seek also to demonstrate God's perfect idea of sonship. "Christ in you is your hope of glory," said St. Paul, and so we give our attention to the Christ within in order to truly experience the mystical meaning of Christmas. Purple, the color of God's Son. You, me, everyone. And so it is. And so it is.
And now we'll have a moment of silence, and I'll put out the lights briefly. I let the Christ consciousness rule my heart and mind this Christmas, and so it is. Welcome back, and thank you for participating in this, our symbolic candlelighting ceremony. And now I'd like to move on with our program as we move into our love offering blessing. It's in the program, and we'll just ask that you take your loving gifts in your hand at this time and say the blessing that is in the center of page 10 for me, please. Together, in the consciousness of the Christ Spirit born within me anew this day, I offer my gifts of peace and love. I know it blesses the one who gives and the one who receives, and so it is. and the offerings may be dropped in the box in front of the podium before you leave this evening. And now I'd like to introduce our second musical item for this evening, our very own practitioner, Steve Golding. Uncle Steve, welcome again.
You must believe me that I tried to get Mrs. Kitson to do this item, and she refused. Christmas time again, time for family and good friend. Christmas time again, how I wish it would never end. That special time of year, plenty goodwill and good cheer. Let us celebrate and share, like how Dada is here. This is the time for us all to come together, live our lives like children of one Father. Share the good vibes with everyone we meet. If it nice, take it on the street. Christmas time again, time for family and good friend. Christmas time again, how I wish it would never end. Time for hug up, love up and ting. Yam up, drink up and swing. Hold on and play ring ding. This is what Christmas brings. What's past is past, forgive and forget. You have the present, make sure it well set. The joy of the season is the only way of making sure there is a brighter day. Christmas time again, time for family and good friend. Christmas time again, how I wish it would never end. That special time of year, plenty goodwill and good cheer. Let us celebrate and share, like how Dada is here. Time for hug up, love up and ting. Yam up, drink up and swing. Hold on and play ring ding. This is what Christmas brings. Remember loved ones, keep pleasant memories. Count the good times by ones, twos, and threes. You will soon see the many blessings we've had, and that the good times far outweigh the bad. Christmas time again, time for family and good friend. Christmas time again. Can't hear you. Thank you. Time for family and good friend. Christmas time again. Oh, I wish it would never end. Listen to this now. Time for hug up, love up and ting. Yam up, drink up and swing. Hold on and play ring ting. This is what Christmas bring. Time for hug up, love up and ting. Yam up, drink up and swing. Hold on and play ring ding. This is what Christmas brings.
Yes, Mr. Switzer, you should have come join him. Yes. Awesome. Thank you, Stevie G. Wonderful. And now, friends, I'd like to ask you to join me in this affirmation. Together, I acknowledge the Christ in me and in all humanity, The Christ in me salutes the Christ in you.
The Christ in me salutes the Christ in you.
And to each other,
Oh, the Christ in me salutes the Christ
in you. Christ in me salutes the Christ in you. And now we will sing this last verse of O Little Town of Bethlehem as we go into the closing. It's on top of page 11. Thank you, Angela. And now please join me in our closing affirmative prayer. Oh, what a joy it is to celebrate the birth of the Christ consciousness in each one of us. So as we give thanks for this coming together this evening, for this symbolic annual candlelighting ceremony, we know that every idea expressed by these individual colors of the candle, that we each make this personal to us this Christmas. So we know as we go from this experience this evening, we take with us this consciousness of love and joy and peace and harmony. And we know that we go through this season embodying the consciousness of Christ in, through, and as our very being. So every interaction and every person with whom we meet, every gift that we open this in the knowing that Christ is being revealed through each one of us. So we truly let love and harmony rule our life this Christmas and into the new year. And so as we go from this experience this evening, we take this consciousness with us. As we go through the rest of the season, we are knowing that our pathways are made safe, secure, successful, and easy, and that all is well. I give thanks for each other, and I give thanks for the coming together as I release this word to law, giving thanks that all this is already so. And so it is. And now our recessional hymn is This Little Light of Mine, and we will exit the platform. We're going over onto the north lawn where we'll joining in some old-fashioned hot chocolate and hard oat bread and some fellowship before you leave this evening. So just remember our box is at the top here for your offering envelopes, and then join us over at the north lawn. Thank you again for being here. And also tomorrow morning, please be here 9 a.m. for our Sunday morning, Christmas morning celebration with Reverend Ann Shan. So this is why we are having an early Christmas Eve, so we can all be here tomorrow morning to celebrate on that wonderful Christmas Day and Christmas Sunday celebration. Thank you again for being here.